Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Kitty. So this story starts out at a place called Graham Central Station here in the Valley. I believe they had one in Albuquerque too, because I used to hear people talking about how when they would go like to the Gathering of Nations, they would go over there. But Graham Central Station was this big nightclub. I want to say it was around even when our parents were young, because I swear I heard my uncles talk about it, and that's like the native spot to go. That's where all the natives went. That's where they went to go find, their hookup or their snagging partner or whatever. But Graham Central Station was huge, and I heard some people like talk crap about it, but then you see them there having fun too. It's like, ew, it's so rezzed out. But it's like, then why are you here? Why you hanging out here? Why are you drinking? Why are you acting all rowdy too? Like, why you trying to? I hate that when city natives try to be like, oh, that's so rezzed out. Oh, it's so gross. And then they be looking all busted. They be looking hella rezzed out. And they be acting hella rezzed out. I hate that. Anyway, this place was the bomb.com. I miss it. I wish it was still around. If it was still around, I'd still be going to hang out and just people watching, because I swear natives were there. That was the spot to be. So they had like 4 dance halls in there. I think it was 4 or 5. I can't remember, because they had the hip hop room, they had the big country room, they had like a bull riding thingy in there, they had like this 90s room, and then they had like this karaoke bar type / coyote ugly room. So I want to say there was 4. There may have been 5, but I do remember 4. Anyway, I was always in the hip hop room, and then my friends and I, we would just like kind of roam around and go scope out here, scope out there, hang out. But in all honesty, the hip hop room was where it was at, okay? So I met this guy. He was in the hip hop room, and he just had this swag about him, okay? And he was good looking. He was tall. He was light complected. He wore like, I don't know, he had like, I remember he used to wear white a lot, and then he had these jeans. His shoes were nice and clean, and he had a nice haircut, and he wore jewelry, and he was cute, okay? And I want to say I was like feeling a little good, how I had a little confidence in me because I had some liquid courage. And I was that type of girl where if I saw someone cute, I'd be like, hey, you want to dance? Yeah, like I would go up to them, like, because I wasn't afraid at that time. And I want to say I'm the one who went up to him and was like, do you want to dance? And he was like, yeah. So we're dancing. It might have been like a crazy song where you're like shaking it, whatever. He had bought me a drink. I remember he bought me a drink, and I was drinking, and I was like, how come you're not drinking? And he's like, I don't drink. I was like, oh, okay, more for me. And he was just buying me drinks. We're having a good time. We're dancing, having fun. We exchanged numbers. We started like messing around. Well, it wasn't like often, but I remember I could tell like he liked me, and I liked him, but not to where I wanted him to be my boyfriend. He was just good looking, and it was like a fun thing at that time. It was like a friends with benefits kind of thing. And I do remember me only going to his place maybe twice. So it wasn't a long-term commitment friends with benefits type thing. It was just like a couple of times. Yeah, it was a couple times for sure. I was that type. I have guy friends, okay? I have a bunch of guy friends, and I would always take my guy friends with me to like the clubs and stuff, and he would always be like, who's that? Or like I would introduce him like, hey, this is my friend, this is so and so, this is him. And I will just name him Whiteout. Whiteout is what I'll name him. So I'd be like, oh, this is Whiteout, he's my friend, like he's always here, we always run into each other, whatever. They shake hands, whatever. It got to the point where he had gotten to a relationship, and his girl, we stopped like messing around at this point, but because he had a girlfriend, and she was nice, but he never told her like hey, me and her used to mess around or nothing like that. But it was to the point where like we became friends, and so like when his girlfriend was around, I would just like be hanging out with his girlfriend, and we'd just be like talking, or we would go out and dance and just like hang out. And like it wasn't, to me it wasn't weird because I didn't have feelings for him. Like I didn't see him that way. To me it didn't bother me. To me I just made like two more friends, you know, like him plus his girl, you know, like to me it didn't bother me. But I could tell he was kind of like weirded out about it, but he didn't say nothing. So as time went on, we just kind of like lost touch, and then I think that place closed down, and so we just like stopped talking because I didn't see him no more. I didn't see him anywhere. He lived way on the other side of town. Like we lived nowhere near each other. Okay. So one time I was kind of dating this guy, and I took him with me to Grams, and this is when Grams was still open, right before it closed, and Whiteout was like, oh, you know, we'll name him Penn. Oh, you know Penn? I was like, yeah. And Penn was like, oh, you know Whiteout? I was like, yeah. And I was like, how do you two know each other? They're like, oh, we live in the same area, like we come from the same town and we play basketball together. And I was like, oh, you don't say. Like, just, you know, like just my luck, you know. This guy I used to mess around with and this guy that I'm seeing now, they both know each other, and they're both like, how do you know her, you know? Like it was weird. Okay, so Whiteout was with his girlfriend, but Whiteout was getting jealous, and Whiteout was like trying to clown on Penn here. And I asked Penn, like, how do you know him? Like, what's his story? Like, tell me about him, because he kind of like comes off a little jealous sometime. Whiteout was like, you really hanging out with him? You know, like you really like that kind of guy? Like he was jealous. Okay, he was really trying to down talk Penn, and then over here Penn was like, I gotta go get my pizza. Hold on. So Penn is over here saying like, you were really hanging out with him? Like, I'm like, yeah, we're just friends, you know. I didn't want to say like, oh yeah, we messed around, you know. Like, I don't want to tell him that, you know, like, because this, what we got going on is kind of new. He's a good guy, you know. But at the same time, this guy was like over here really like watching, really like getting all mad. I don't know why, you know. We weren't together, you know. Like, I asked Penn, I was like, what's his story? Like, how do you know him? Like, how good do you know him? And he was letting it all out. Okay, it turns out that this guy, Whiteout, has a violent past, or so Penn says, and that he was pretty violent toward his baby mama and had to go to jail for a while. I'll just put it like that. And I was like, I would have never known. Like, I would have never guessed. So that made me want to stay away from Whiteout, okay? I was seeing Penn for a while, but he wasn't my type. He played basketball, yeah. I never saw him play basketball, but I knew he played basketball. He was really nice, and he was really sweet. After Penn told me about what Whiteout was about and what he had done, I was just like, yeah, he kind of has like this thing about him, like he can't be trusted. Like he has that look about him, like he's crazy, or like he's abusive, or he's mean, or he's like, something ain't right with him. But after he told me that, I was like, yeah, I can't be messing with this guy no more. Like, I mean, he already had a girlfriend, it was already off, but he would still try to say like, you want to come over, or can I come over? I'm like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm busy. Like, I would always blow him off after that. Some time goes by, okay, and someone close to me reaches out to me on Facebook and is like, do you know so and so, this guy named Whiteout? And I was like, I know who he is. Why? There's a reason why you're asking about him. Tell me, what is it? Because just my luck, he's married, or I don't know, some kind of drama. There's always drama in my life. So I was like, why are you inquiring? because he knows my boyfriend, and we were hanging out with him recently, and he was telling my boyfriend that you're his girlfriend, and that, well, he was just saying like, yeah, I have this pretty girlfriend, she's Apache, she's from San Carlos, and they're like, oh yeah, who, like maybe we know her. And then he told them, oh, her name's Kitty. And then they were like, really, you're with Kitty? And I just thought that was so weird. I was like we stopped talking, like I was like, made it pretty obvious that I was like blowing him off, you know. So when she came and told me that, I got creeped out. I was like, that's pretty weird. I would never lie about someone like saying like, oh, like about being with somebody, okay? Like I would never like disown somebody if they were my man, you know? So like I just thought that was really weird, and I told this person, I was like, that's crazy. Like we're just friends. He likes me, but that's about it. But I'm not his girlfriend. I don't even know why he would say that. That's weird. Just letting you know. Like, we're not together. I don't even talk to him anymore. Like, because I found out some stuff about him. And she was like, yeah, I kind of figured it because, I don't know, we just didn't believe him. But I just thought you should know that he's going around telling people that you're his girlfriend. And I was like, that's freaking weird. And he already had a girlfriend, okay? Some years go by, and I was at Walmart one time, of course looking freaking a mess. Of course I was looking crusty and busted, and my hair was messed up, and this was after I had both of my boys, and like I don't know, I was looking stupid. I wasn't even looking cute. You know how you always look dumb and you look crazy and all wrong when you run into like an ex or someone you used to know or someone you used to like, you know, you run into them and it's just embarrassing and awkward. That's how I was looking. Ran into him, and it was at Walmart. And I just looked at him. I don't think he even recognized me, because he's never seen me look crazy like that. So I don't think he saw me, like recognized me. But I saw him, and when I saw him, I got scared. I just turned around and zoomed off the other way. But he looked like he had a family. He looked like he was married. He looked like he was with somebody else, and they just had like a kid, because that kid was small. And I was so weirded out and wigged out that I just like, whoo, I zoomed off. Just recently, like after all this YouTube stuff, he contacts me. He was trying to get a hold of me on Facebook, but I blocked him because I didn't want to hear from him. And then just recently, I saw him on Instagram trying to request me. This is when I had my account private. Trying to request me, trying to send me messages. I didn't even answer. I just deleted it and blocked him. I hope he doesn't watch these videos, but he creeps me out. Just something about him creeps me out. Like, who does that? Who goes and lies about a girlfriend, or who says, you know, like, that's my girl, or like, I don't know. I would never say like, oh, that's my boyfriend, you know, and then he's not even my boyfriend, you know, like who does that? That was creepy. So I had to let him go. I hope I don't run into him. I hope I don't see him, but that was pretty weird. That was a time when our friends with benefits, I don't know if he caught feelings, or I'm pretty sure he did, or if he just has like an obsession thing going on, or if he's just like creepy, or like has murder tendencies, or I don't know. He wigged me out after that. So that was creepy, and that is my story about the time some friends with benefit was claiming me as his girlfriend, telling people I was his girlfriend when it wasn't even true. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.